Sustainable Cleveland 2019 is really a vision of how do we transform our economy into a sustainable economy by that year 2019. And we're finding more and more that businesses are realizing that there is no contradiction between being sustainable and green and profit.
2014 is the year of zero waste. And what we mean by zero waste typically is a 90% waste reduction in terms of taking materials once bound for the landfill and either recycling them, upcycling them, or reducing them at the source. So we're taking far less materials to the landfill, we're saving money, and we may even be making money off of the materials that we're finding more productive use for. And this is zero waste at home, at work, and in your community, and in the government.
I remember the very first summit where we had a breakout groups, and we had a funeral service for Oscar the Grouch, envisioning a waste-free Cleveland and Cuyahoga County. Every year we send less and less to the landfill and we recycle more. So currently, countywide, we're recycling about half of our waste stream through recycling and composting. What people need to know is all this capturing of our waste and recycling it is fueling jobs here. We just did a recent economic study where we identified 271 separate companies that are involved in recycling here in Cuyahoga County, and they employ over 4,700 people. So the more we can grow that, the more employment we can create too, rather than sending it all to a landfill.
If you're doing recycling or want to do recycling, it will actually cost you less to recycle and take out some trash than it will if you just had trash alone. And recycling is easy. It's just put it here instead of there, that's all it is. If business wants to start a recycling program, what they need to do first is get some people on board with doing a waste audit. Use gloves. You can call me, I can assist you with it. Refuse to bring it in, first of all. Reduce what you're using. Reuse if you can, and recycle is really kind of like on the bottom of the chain.
So what we tried to do, instead of trying to recycle everything, we tried to retask everything. And our feeling was if we could retask things and give them a second and a third and a fourth life, that was more effective than recycling it. So every time something gets emptied, there's a home for it. There's a home for empty cartons by size. There's a home for empty drums by type. There's a home for the bag liners. There's a home for the packages that we're going to use for UPS. So instead of using a building 2.5 times the size of what we have, we're very efficient.
First, we installed a 3-container recycle center for each floor in our break rooms and lunch rooms. The 3 containers were for recycling, composting, and landfill waste. We also partnered with our building cafeteria and changed all of our take-out dishware. So food containers, silverware, cups are now greenware. And so when our employees do take lunch from the cafeteria, they can compost those food containers. Our composting is picked up from the building every day because we create so much of it through this program. Our waste management for trash only comes to our building once a month. And for a 35-story building, that's amazing.
ORs are our most resource-intensive part of a hospital. They use a lot of materials in surgeries and also a lot of energy for lighting and for air handling. So we have created a custom program that we call the Purple Bag Program. And what this is a program where we bring a bag in at the beginning of a procedure and we collect all kinds of materials, films and plastic containers and wraps and things that we were landfilling in the past. Those materials are sent to a group called Buckeye Industries, and 99% of what we send them gets recycled. Zero waste is an opportunity for any organization to engage their employees, because every organization uses materials. And we've, in the last year, put together a survey where we looked at the relationship between sustainability and relationship engagement at work, and we found a positive relationship, which is great. So finding additional opportunities for people to do good actually makes people feel just a little bit better about the work that they're doing, and I think that's profoundly important as well.
We buy and sell vintage and modern toys, vintage clothing, records, pop art, and other pop culture collectibles. Sustainability is a really big part of the business. Spend a lot of time talking about it and trying to make it sort of at the core of what we do. So 99% of what we buy comes from local families just like yours, either people cleaning out stuff from their own collections or from their childhood, things that they've held on to that they didn't want anymore.
We take material, construction demolition debris and other industrial waste, and we recycle and repurpose and reprocess them into usable material that can be brought back into the market, which really completes the circle for recycling and giving us a full sustainable approach to waste management. So for example, construction demolition debris, if you sort it out into homogeneous waste streams, there's a lot of value in that material. For example, wood can be turned into mulch or boiler fuel. Metal obviously has a high value in itself. Drywall for gypsum, roofing materials for different aggregates that can go into asphalt processing. And there's a whole slew of things you could do. People really have to understand that waste has value if people put in the time and energy to really process it out and find a better use than typical disposal in a landfill.
Mainly we take just food waste. We do get into compostable materials such as plates, silver or plasticware, napkins, paper products. Organic waste is the #3 contributor to the landfill. So diverting that, you're talking millions of tons a year that could be taken out of a landfill.
The restaurant industry is one of the most wasteful industries in America. Just from a specific location, Marigold, before we started the recycling and composting program, which was about 3 years ago, we were filling up a dumpster every single day. So we had 5 pickups a week. We've taken that down to 1. We do 2 recycling pickups a week and we do 1 compost pickup a week. Composting is not hard. Literally, it is setting up 1 extra trash can and educating your staff as to what goes in there.